funny if Brit Eady from one season is the one to take the whole damn thing down. Bethenny, who? Jealous of what? But I've been doing some thinking about this Kenya Moore. I mean, she was terminated. The other one kept her job. I'm not sure Miss Moore can't poke around with a little lawsuit there. I mean, she kept her job and you kind of involve, I don't know. Kenya is something, I'm starting to think Kenya might have some type of, like, what was the investigation? Like, what actually happened? What did they investigate before they just got rid of? Wrongful termination is a real thing. I mean, one girl keeps her job, she's 38, one's in her 50s. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a good case like Brits, but I'm just saying sometimes, listen, never count out a scorned housewife. And I have mixed feelings about Kenya's doing this YouTube of hers because I don't know if you're watching it. You tend to
No,
stumble.
I haven't. I haven't watched it all.
Look, I don't go out of my way, but I see the clips. I mean, she's sitting there in a chair and she's not doing it Nene style. She's doing it confessional style, which look, I mean, like kind of like, you want to hear from Kenya Moore what I think about what's going on? Turn on the mic, just like you and I do here, you know? David and Sarah look at the numbers, say what you want. Where's this guess? Guess what? I hate to break it to everyone. You guys want to just hear from me and you just want to hear from Sarah on each of our shows. I mean, these solo shows, guys, I'm telling you, trust me. It ain't no great shakes to do them all the time, but those are the numbers. So I watch these clips of Kenya, and part of me is like, oh, like, is she hurting? Like seems like she wants to be there. It seems like wants to be back, that she regrets her moment. There's so much money in Housewives. I don't know how much you could be making on your YouTube. So part of me is like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. And part of me is like, good fucking for you. You're holding your head high. You're taking ownership of your own empire, which is what you and I do. We get calls from networks every day, guys, every fucking day. Oh, this network. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, you want how much for me to do the same job? And I'll keep 100%. So part of me is like, Kenya's holding her head high. What is she supposed to do? She's turning on the camera and going and earning a living.
Yeah. I mean, I look, I said it last week. I think Nene's show is beginning to hit its stride, her talk show. And I have to think like maybe Kenya is observing that. Kenya's got a great personality too. It's there's so much money now if you know how to do it in being your
Hmm.
own influencer, whether that's like a podcast, you're a TikTok star, your TikTok shop, your YouTube. YouTube is probably YouTube's pretty hard. It's like to me, it's the place that you can make the least amount of money. And the thing with YouTube is most people that are watching YouTube are men. So it's like men aren't going to really, a lot of men aren't going to watch Nene and Kenya. So it's an interesting choice. It's hard to win that audience like TikTok's all women. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
probably very now 50-50 women. Actually, it's probably still more men listening to podcasts than women, but that gap is closing. So I don't know. I mean, YouTube is an interesting choice.
It certainly ain't as good as just being on a podcast with audio.
Oh, wait, yeah. Like financially, you make so much more money. Yeah.
So in a way, I think Kenya should have a podcast and just do the same thing.
100%. But I look, they all walk that line. And I think even Nene, were they the only one who has scorched earth, burnt the bridge, like, put the kindling back up, torched it again, is Bethenny. Bethany's the only one. Bethany's like, "Pff, I'm cool with never speaking to Andy Cohen again, never speaking to any of the execs at NBC, never being cast. And the irony is like maybe she still will be cast because are they desperate? I don't know. It's hard to say.
Well, so just on that note, to your point, I mean, so Kenya Moore, potential lawsuit. I'm starting to smell something. I'm starting to smell something. I'm just starting to smell something.
Okay.
Speaking of your exact point about Bethany, well, apparently clapping back at Joy Behar for saying she had fake boobs isn't enough. She's still talking about this. Bethany is now the Mother Teresa, the savior of the fighter, the Norma Ray, if you will, for those of you over 40. The Norma Ray, if you will, of the people, because Bethany is now saying, see, this is which I have to agree with her.
She
Like,
has some good, like, even
like
she has some good points. I just think,
Listen, there's many people that said, "Oh, David Yontef's not coming into this business. We're gonna squash him like a little bug." And the only reason why you haven't been able to do that is not because of me. Who the fuck am I? It's because of these wonderful ropers. I mean, I could talk all day if no one's listening. I mean, you could hear the pin drop in the middle of the forest over here. So Bethany has said, you see Joy Behar. She's just done a new video, believe it or not, being like, see, I used to be told you have to go on there and kiss the ring. This is the view. You have to promote this or you have to promote that. You can't go against the view. So every time I used to go on there, I was treated like shit. They treated me like shit. They treat everyone like shit. But my people said, don't you make it? You got to get invited back. Got to do the circuit and promote. She's like, see, this is why I love social media. And all of you, yeah, power to the little person. You turn on your microphone, you turn on your podcast, you turn on your Instagram, you say whatever you want now because you got your own audience and you can clap back. See, it ain't such a division of power anymore now, is it? She has a point.
oh, it's only just started. It's only just, yeah. I mean, look, I agree with her 100%. Yeah.
So
Or
she's
they
the
do these,
champion for the little
like,
people, that Bethany.
if you want to see how much the media has jumped the shark, and you know this, as in, like, okay, we'll have guests on. Sometimes you send out a press release if the guest has something fascinating to say. How many times have you talked to press people? They want you to write their story for them. Like, they're not checking it. They're probably checking it, running it through AI.
I had a situation recently, yes, where someone I wanted to cover something I was doing on this podcast, and I spoon fed it to them because they asked, and then they still were like, "Can you this?" And I'm like, "No, I don't get any more clicks on my fucking podcast if you put me in paid six or people." Yes, it leads to nothing, you guys. So I'm like, I have done enough work for you to go write this fucking story. Thank you for putting my podcast in it. It's a good look, but no, no, do your fucking job. I've done your job for an hour. Sorry. I just went through this.
No, it's like I think you see how crazy the media is to old traditional media. It's so hard to even like, now I read traditional media and I have to go and Google other things to find out if it's actually even true. Now, more people are trusting independent investigators, podcasters. It's just like, because we can have people on that are experts and whistleblowers and stuff. Like, NBC isn't going to do that. They're not going to do that for a
Nope.
variety of reasons. Lawsuits, uh, their own political, people that run newsrooms. I worked for a newsroom for 13 years, it's hard not to be biased. It's
It's
your
hard
news
not to.
director is, you're kind of at the mercy of your news director,
So, in
right or
other
left.
words, is Sarah Fraser agreeing with Bethany Frankel?
Yeah, and I agree with some of her hot takes. I find her to be, I just find her to be all over the map.
Well, Luann, my good friend, has come forward and said that the housewives are afraid of Miss Frankel. They're afraid of her. And
Why? Why was anybody be
well,
afraid of her?
well, she said somehow Luann is talking about scary. Listen, I mean, if Teresa can talk about the fucking christening, I guess we've entered the twilight zone. So have at it, Teresa. Go ahead, keep talking about the fucking christening. Luann is talking about Scary Island. I don't know what brings this up. And